simple as that where it just got behind the sticks?
Yeah, I mean, I think, when you play good teams, you got to do the little things right. And, I think you could say that for any offense. I don't know specifically like on the data from the game, but if you have, 3 times as many penalty yards as another team, it's not going to necessarily bode in your favor. And I don't care what their record says. They're still Clemson. They're a really good team, a ton of NFL talent. So, we've had these issues throughout the year where we're not disciplined enough, and we've had too many penalties. I mean, I remember playing Bowling Green, coming off Bowling Green, being like, we have way too many penalties. And when you play teams that you're superior to in talent, it's not gonna bite you in the ass. And then sometimes you think, sorry for cussing, and it's not gonna. You're not going to think that it's an issue, and then we have nights like tonight where it was obviously an issue. So definitely something we got to get corrected going forward.
Miller, of the 3 losses this season, is this somehow more frustrating, just kind of given that the late opportunities that you guys have but still weren't able to cash in on?
I mean, I don't know. When you're a competitor and you put everything you have into this, every single time you come up short is painful and frustrating. This obviously being the most recent is going to hurt. And I think if it doesn't hurt you when you come up short, then you are on the wrong team and you are playing the wrong sport. So we had our opportunities, but when you play a very talented team, you can't give them opportunities over and over and over again to win the game.
You kind of touched on it there. The defense did give you some opportunities late in the game. What's the discussion going into those? Because I suspect you obviously want to go down and win the game, but
right.
What's the mindset going into those late moment opportunities?
I don't know if there's any discussion in terms of a mindset that's different than any other drive. I mean, the goal of any drive is obviously to get points, and I think we had the opportunity to do so. Our kicking game's been great all year for us. And Coop and Keller, maybe it wasn't their night, but I know every single guy, myself included, has their back and supports them. And this is obviously the ultimate team game. So, people want to blame them. It's completely we're not hearing any of that. We're a team. We have each other's back. And all 100 whatever guys own this loss. It's not on one particular area.
I guess kind of going off that with some of those unsportsmanlike penalties for cleaning those up, is that just a matter of holding each other accountable, or how do you just, I guess with some of those, when tempers flare, frustrations kind of rise, how do you guys hold each other accountable in those moments to not get those penalties?
Yeah, I mean, I get it. You're competitive. It's getting to the end of the game. You want to do everything you can to win the game, but I mean, the ultimate competitors have, the greatest amount of focus in those moments, and they don't go like this. They're able to kind of flat line and stay even keeled, and that's obviously something that we have to work on. And I don't think something like that gets fixed week to week. I think that's a cultural thing and an off-season thing that's going to need to be addressed. But like I said, it didn't come down to any one thing or any one penalty. We own this as a team, and we all have each other's backs in doing that. Thank you, guys.
Okay, disappointing loss. Losses hurt. They're supposed to. Critical mistakes in the end. We got to put our head down, go to work, and play better next week.
10 penalties on you guys tonight. I mean, obviously, it's going to be very frustrating. It's kind of a thing that's been going on all year about being more clean and more efficient. What's the conversations over there like when these late game personal foul penalties keep hurting you like this?
Like you think they would. We've tried to clean up penalties. Sometimes penalties happen, so we'll keep working on trying to clean them up. The disappointing ones were the ones after the whistle. Those are the ones that can't. So that's just not smart. So Our guys need to realize we got to be locked in the entire game. You got to be focused. You got to do the small details. And if you don't do that, and you can't do that, we're not going to win the game. That's just how football works, especially against good competition. We did not do that tonight, and it's disappointing. We still had our chances. Still had our chances in the end, and couldn't finish it off.
Coach, it seemed like kind of when team got off schedule, got behind the sticks a little bit, second and long, third and long, really struggled to kind of get those explosives down the field. Do you know what, can you pinpoint what exactly the reasons behind that were? Was it just the pressure Clemson was putting on you, or, what were the biggest reasons for that?
Well, I'm not for sure. I think we had 380 yards of offense, ran the ball pretty well, hit a couple shots. We had a turnover that cost us. And we had penalties at the end that cost us. So, those can't happen. Yeah, for sure. Every game we want to put up as many yards as you can in points. But you got to play complementary football as well. And we did not finish the game when we've had opportunities in all of our losses to finish the game. So that's the disappointing part. And today, like I said, it was critical mistakes. And then, unfortunately, we didn't execute on special teams.
Jeff, with some of those missed opportunities, like you said, you had chances at the end of the game. Is that more of just personnel or mentality, or how do you just
What was the first part? I'm sorry.
Just with all those missed opportunities at the end of the game and just maybe some errors there, I guess, what do you attribute to just not being able to get those points in those moments?
Well, we're in field goal range. We're trying to run the ball. We have a false start. We have a 15-yard penalty after the play. They're blitzing, bringing the house. So, you got to just find ways to get a few yards and stay in field goal range. You can't do dumb, critical mistakes. But we had a couple of dumb, critical mistakes. With that, we're still in field goal range twice and didn't make it. Could have done a lot of things better.
Jeff, have the close losses this season made you feel at all? You could even make a case for close losses last season. Make you at all feel like you're close to getting over the hump? You just have to do, these little things better, or is there just frustration in the fact that you're not able to close out these kind of situations this season?
Well, no, I agree with some of what you said. I mean, we know we're right there. And no one has blown us off the field or done anything like that. We've had chances to win games, and we've had 3 losses that we could have won the game. And I know that happens. We had some other games maybe we could have lost. But, 2 on the last play of the game, and then 1 with what happened today when we're in field goal range twice to score points. Could we be aggressive and go for touchdowns? You got to be a little careful of taking sacks and doing those things. And something negative happen, you try to believe in your special teams, who's been really good. And unfortunately, missed extra point, missed field goals. It wasn't. It didn't all come together. So yes, if we play well, we feel confident that we can play against anybody, and if we don't play well, we are definitely understandable that anyone can beat us, and that's the way football works in conference play. And yeah, it's disappointing to lose when you had plenty of chances to win.
And given the fact that it seems like it's been a little bit of this and a little bit of that in terms of these losses, how do you look at refocusing the team to know exactly what you need to work on or focus on to kind of make things better moving forward so you don't repeat those same issues?
Well, we've had great weeks of practice. Our guys have worked hard. I applaud them. They practiced really tough this week. Overall, I thought they played tough. We ran the football right at them. We made some plays in the passing game. We played good defense at times. We just made critical mistakes, which means intelligence-wise, that's not real smart. So I've got to get us to be more intelligent and more locked in and focused, more disciplined on just one play at a time and not trying to do something else. And you can't get instigated by something going on. And, we know better than that. I mean, we'll work hard to get it fixed.
Jeff, I'm curious, after having some critical mistakes in this game that really hurt you, what's the message to the team in the locker room after a game like that?
Well, I'm going to be honest with our team and tell them exactly what I thought, and it's very similar to what I just said there for the most part. You know, I mean, I think it's pretty obvious you can't make critical mistakes like we did and win the game. It's just how football works. I know that. I think our players know that, but they, for whatever reason, weren't as locked in at the end, and some things happened, and then we weren't able to overcome it with some kicks we normally would make, and that means you lose the game. So our guys played hard to the end. We just did not play smart football at the end overall, and we were not focused and locked in. So you tell them that, and we've got to really bear down and make sure that, it's okay to be angry and mad for a couple of days like everyone else is going to be. That's fine. All right, I'll take whatever anybody wants to say. But then you got to go back to work, and you got to put the work in. You got to put your head down, and that's just how, we tell our team that's how it works whether you win or lose. You got to put your head down and go to work, because every week you're expected to win. So we've got to find a way to go on the road and win next week.
Don't you guys had a lot of close losses? I mean, is that just frustrating, or I mean, how does that just affect the team's morale, or just your thoughts after this game tonight?
I think we just, we ain't come out and win, but I think the next thing should just be to move on to the next game and, come out next week and try to win that game.
Coach talked about, as far as diagnosing what happened tonight, talking about focus, losing focus. Seems like there was a lot of things going on out on the field, some unnecessary penalties. How do you guys deal with that? Like, what's the conversation to kind of get everybody refocused and kind of on the same page so that doesn't happen again?
We shouldn't be getting on penalties, but I think we just got to start keeping our composure and just calming each other down to prevent those penalties, because they cost us. You don't know when they're going to cost us during the game, but they do cost you.
Keenwan, kind of a similar question. You had another big outing, but there were multiple moments. Jeff's calling them critical mistakes that kind of hurt the offense a little bit. How do you stay focused and not let the frustrations take over you in those kind of moments?
You just got to stay focused. I can't really tell you how to. But I mean, in the flow of the game, you just can't really let it get to your head. You know, you just gotta stick with it, go with it.
You guys obviously have the ACC finale next week at SMU. What do you feel like you guys have to do, or what do you say to one another to get some of those, composure, I guess, issues, if you want to call it that, addressed, or just be able to finish out and capitalize on some of those opportunities?
Of course we ain't get the win tonight, but like I said, we just gonna come back, have a good week of practice, and go to SMU and play them and try to win. That's it.
Can you repeat your question?
Just we have to address, we have to do to kind of not allow those same mistakes from this week to go in next week.
Focus, really. Discipline. I mean, we can't. The things we had, the flats we had, can't have them. We gotta come out and get that corrected. Simple. That's what it is.